This is News 4 San Antonio Today, the only local news station with nonstop news.
Good morning. Nonstop news starts right now. We are the only station that is commercial free all the way until the top of the hour. We have you covered this morning. You just heard from Jeannette, and she'll give us a deeper look at the weather again in just a few moments. But let's take a look at how the roads are looking this morning. It's been pretty quiet so far. One little accident on I-35 that's been cleared, so that is good news. Again, pretty quiet. A lot of folks sleeping in this morning on this first day of January 2026. So if you are headed out, grab a jacket, just be careful, and we'll have another update later in the show. Time now is 6:41. Making headlines, the House Judiciary Committee has released the 255-page transcript of former special counsel Jack Smith's closed-door deposition. Smith asserts that his office found proof beyond a reasonable doubt that President Donald Trump engaged in a criminal scheme to overturn the results of the 2020 election and to prevent the lawful transfer of power. He also says they had powerful evidence that President Trump willfully retained highly classified documents after he left office and repeatedly tried to obstruct justice to retain those documents. Trump was indicted on multiple felony counts and pleaded not guilty to all charges. Neither case went to trial. Smith's final report has never been fully released due to a judge's court order. The Department of Justice is reportedly reviewing millions of more pages of files related to Jeffrey Epstein than previously estimated. According to the New York Times, the department is trying to enlist about 400 lawyers to review 5.2 million pages of documents related to the late financier and convicted sex offender. The DOJ was required by law to release all the files by December 19th. Officials say they need more help to review the documents and redact any victim names or information that would compromise national security. Some daycares in Minnesota are reporting threats and acts of vandalism. Over in Minneapolis, security camera footage shows someone trying to break through a brick wall for one of the daycares. That same daycare is also reporting thefts of its records, like parents' information, as well as racist threats.
Fraudulent pieces of get the out of my country, because we're coming for you.
Another daycare's security footage shows a group of men banging on the door. They eventually left when the owner said she was going to call the police. The owner believes the men were copying Nick Shirley, whose viral YouTube video is accusing Somali-owned daycares of fraud. The U.S. military says it conducted another set of strikes on alleged drug boats, killing 8 people. 3 of those strikes happened on Tuesday and another 2 on Wednesday. 8 alleged narco-terrorists were killed, while some in Tuesday's strike were able to abandon ship. At least 115 people have been killed in boat strikes since September. Cases of measles in the U.S. have skyrocketed to the highest level in over 3 decades. The number of recorded measles cases in the U.S. during 2025 has topped 2,000 for the first time in more than 30 years. That's according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Measles cases were confirmed across 44 states. Just in December, the contagious virus was detected at 2 major airports during peak holiday travel. One case was identified at Newark Liberty International Airport in New Jersey and another at Boston Logan Airport. The measles spike is being attributed to a drop in national vaccination rates.
Emma Allen at the live desk, just in a new video showing damage from that massive deadly fire in Switzerland that happened early this morning. Police say dozens of people are feared dead and around 100 others were seriously hurt after a fire broke out this morning during a New Year's Eve celebration at this bar in a luxury ski resort town. Officials say more than 100 people were inside of that bar at the time and believe around 40 people are now dead. Now we're working to get a better look at the damage. We're able to get a better look at the damage from that new video just coming into our content center. A live picture was just up, but it just went down. We're working to get that back now. Investigators say it's too early to determine the cause, but they have ruled out a terror attack. That's the latest from the live desk.
San Antonio kicked off the new year in style, and in case you missed it, here's the big moment.
3, 2, 1. Happy New Year, San Antonio!
Celebrate SA was a huge success, and we here at News 4 were honored to be the first to welcome you to 2026. This is our bird's eye view from Sky 4 as it flew over downtown at midnight. Thousands of people attended Celebrate SA. Some of them shared with us their hopes for the new year.
Just continuing to live a healthy, vibrant, drama-free life and just really enjoying all the blessings that the Lord has bestowed upon us this year.
I'm looking to graduate college, and that's my main goal for 2026.
Just take care of ourselves, be healthier, be financially responsible.
A huge thank you to everyone who came out to celebrate with us, and we are wishing you all the best for 2026. In the first hours of the new year, many people will be drinking alcohol, and soon after, many will regret it. But as Jane King reports, there are companies working on a hangover treatment.
There are many purported cures for hangovers, probiotics, plant extracts, to genetically engineered bacteria that secrete an enzyme to break down the nasty byproducts of that process. However, scientific evidence that these cures work is sketchy. Despite promises of hefty profits, pharmaceutical companies don't prioritize treatments as medical quality studies cost hundreds of millions of dollars. Syngent Pharmaceuticals, though, has initiated a phase 2 clinical trial for its pioneering hangover prevention therapy, SGP-001, now underway in Canada, with a global research partner, Cliantha. This milestone positions SGP-001 to become the first FDA therapy to directly target the root cause of alcohol-induced symptoms, moving beyond surface-level relief like hydration. Merkel, a probiotic remedy developed by the Swedish company Daycare Medical, said it will be the first hangover pill that works. Articles reporting its launch have referred to it as a hangover prevention pill and a scientifically backed hangover cure. Now, even if a treatment is found, it may require a prescription, which doesn't help for a remedy needed in a hurry. Physicians say for now, the best you can do is treat the symptoms. Food, caffeine, water, or a painkiller are as good as anything else available. But contrary to popular belief, eating fatty foods in the hope that they will soak up the alcohol does not work because alcohol is already in the bloodstream. Doctors say another tip, stick to clearer drinks since the chemical byproducts like methanol, acetone, and tannins that are produced during alcohol fermentation and aging that provide flavor, aroma, and color that accompany ethanol in darker spirits can often be bigger contributors to hangovers. But for now, time is the only for sure treatment. From the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Jane King.
Home builder confidence is ending the year on a negative note. The National Association of Realtors says the Builder Confidence Index for newly built single-family homes was at 39. It was 46 last December, and any sentiment below 50 indicates a negative outlook. The index has been below the break-even point of 50 for every month of 2025. President Trump is postponing tariff hikes on certain home renovating materials. The president delayed tariffs on upholstered furniture, kitchen cabinets, and vanities by 1 year, hours before they were set to be implemented. The White House indicates that negotiations with trade partners are ongoing. Tariffs on those items will remain at 25%. Dog owners have a treat recall that you should know about. Consumers Supply Distributing is recalling its Country Vets biscuits, original meaty flavor, and Heartland Harvest dog biscuits, meaty flavor with chicken. It's because of possible salmonella contamination. They have an expiration date of September 6th, 2026. The FDA says no illnesses have been reported so far. A happy ending for a wallaby that escaped an animal sanctuary in New Jersey. 3-foot-tall Rex got out of his enclosure after the gate didn't close all the way. A mother and daughter volunteered to find Rex and located him near a Walmart about a half-mile from the farm. Another group also pulled up to help.
They had a net in their car and they said, do you want us to try and get the net out? But the owner was afraid that the, wallaby would get scared. So the owner kind of got some food out of his pocket and they were able to kind of catch it by its tail and then hold on to it.
Wow. Rex is back home and doing just fine. A sprawling gingerbread city featuring hundreds of houses met its demise on Tuesday, but it made some rescue pigs very happy. The display was at a museum in Houston featuring 570 gingerbread houses. The artists say he spends all year creating the pieces, then unveils them across the country. People were allowed to take some pieces home free of charge, then rescue pigs were brought in to chow down on the rest.
Now your certified most accurate 4-zone weather with meteorologist Jeannette.
Warm temperatures for the first week of 2026, plus the dry weather pattern continues. Now this morning, it's cool, crisp, pretty refreshing. Not as cold as yesterday morning, though. Live look outside Raul Beat Rodriguez low weather camera. Spectacular view of downtown San Antonio. 42 degrees, mostly clear. Dew point temperature higher than yesterday morning, currently at 30. Weather headlines, so warm afternoons return this afternoon. We're going to see highs climbing into the 70s, 80s tomorrow. We're going to come close to record high temperatures for your Friday. No freeze risk ahead. That's because morning lows will be well above freezing for the next week. 50s for the most part. The exception is Sunday morning. That's when we'll see 40s. Lousy pattern for rain. We are looking at very dry conditions. Certainly today through the middle part of the next week. May see some Gulf moisture late next week, bringing us just a very small rain chance. High pressure will dominate at the surface, and in the upper levels, a ridge of high pressure in control as well. Mostly clear skies right now, but notice some cloudiness is starting to build in from the west. There will be a little upper level disturbance that will be moving across the northern part of our region. That's just going to bring us clouds. Any precipitation from it will miss us to the north and west. We have high pressure that's now sitting in the western Gulf that's going to block that rain from moving into our area. Meanwhile, it is very wet along the west coast. California, they're covered in snow, covered in rain, I should say. The snow is coming down in the higher elevations there, and across the desert southwest there is some high elevation snow. In terms of snowfall across portions of the Great Lakes, it's not as snowy as the last couple of days. Looking ahead, so next weekend there may be a stronger cold front that approaches, and that's when we could see another significant cool down. In the meantime, temperatures well above the normal. Tomorrow it looks like we'll get to the mid-80s. Record for the day is 86, set back in 2006. We'll see a weak cold front coming in on Saturday. No rain with it, but it'll knock temperatures back into the 70s. For the most part, upper 70s Saturday, mid-70s Sunday, back to the mid-70s Monday, and then we're near 80 next Tuesday and Wednesday. There goes that stronger front for next weekend. So first day of 2026, not too bad. Clouds will be increasing from west to east. We'll see temperatures climbing to the upper 60s at noon, and then this afternoon, despite the clouds, will be in the 70s. Skies do clear out tonight. Tomorrow will be sunny. Notice the dry weather as we go through the middle part of next week. Here's the extended forecast for the other three zones. Western zone, highs in the 70s and 80s, mid-80s tomorrow. Some spots down south may get to the upper 80s. Here's the extended for the hill country. No major changes there. And here's the next 7 days in the eastern zone.
Emma Allen at the live desk. Some more breaking news just into our content center. Russian officials say a Ukrainian drone struck and killed 24 people and hurt at least 50 others as they were celebrating the new year in a Russian-occupied village in Ukraine. Now, the Russian Defense Ministry alleging this is a picture of a downed drone. Authorities claim 3 drones were struck a cafe and hotel in a resort town along the Black Sea coast. One of those drones reportedly carrying some kind of combustible device that sparked a fire. Now, Ukrainian officials have not commented on the attack yet. Russian leaders condemning the strike, saying it only deepens the conflict there, even as peace talks continue. That's the latest from the live desk.
Emma, thank you. Hollywood has a big lineup of potential blockbuster movie releases for 2026. Rick Damagella has a preview.
Hey, Luigi. What's up, Mario?
The Italian Plumbers are back on the big screen April 3rd when the Super Mario Galaxy movie hits theaters. Arriving later in April is Antoine Fuqua's Michael, a biopic about the King of Pop.
Impressive.
The first Star Wars movie since 2019's The Rise of Skywalker hits theaters in May. The Mandalorian and Grogu is expected to continue the story begun in the Mandalorian streaming series.
People have a right to know the truth. It belongs to 7 billion people.
June has the potential to be a busy month at the box office, with Steven Spielberg returning to the alien visitors genre with Disclosure Day opening June 12th. It will be joined in theaters by Toy Story 5 June 19th and Supergirl on the 26th. July 10th is when the live-action adaptation of Moana sails into theaters. It will be followed by Christopher Nolan's epic The Odyssey on July 17th. The big flicks continue into the fall, with Street Fighter landing in theaters October 16th, The Hunger Games: Sunrise on the Reaping on November 20th, and Avengers: Doomsday on December 18th. Getting reserved seats in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
And in just a couple of hours, NBC will continue a New Year's Day tradition with the broadcast of the 137th annual Tournament of Roses Parade from Pasadena, California. Today, co-anchor Craig Melvin will join the coverage for the first time, co-hosting with Hoda Kotb and Al Roker. NBA legend Magic Johnson will be the Grand Marshal, and finalists from The Voice, the trio Deck of Hearts, will be among the performers. And despite rainy weather for the area today, organizers are expecting a beautiful show. The parade airs on NBC starting at 10 a.m. our time. That's so fun. I grew up watching all of the parades and everything on NBC. So it's different, right? When you're an adult and you kind of catch it and you're like, oh, it brings back good memories.